What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Here's our video for Tuesday, single dumbbell, single kettlebell track. So remember that the warm-up is posted in a separate link at the top of today's program. Let's take a look at today's strength. So for today's strength, you guys are gonna be doing 4 rounds. Each round is gonna consist of you spending 60 seconds doing a alternating death march. Then we'll do 30 seconds of split squat pulses on each leg. After you've done the split squat pulse on the left leg, then we'll take a 90-second break, return to the top, and start again. Let's take a look at our 2 movements. So we're gonna open with what we call a death march or death walk. So this is gonna be using a single dumbbell or single kettlebell. So note that I'm kind of starting back at the back of the screen here because I'm gonna be traveling with these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a single dumbbell or kettlebell. I'm gonna have both hands on the object. I'm gonna take a small stance that would create a staggered style approach. Now from here, I'm gonna send the hips back, shoulders be traveling forward in a hinge style position. I'm gonna be touching just to the inside of my front ankle bone. I'm gonna drive through, stand up, take a step in front with the opposite leg. 2, step in front, opposite leg. 3, step in front, opposite leg. 4, I'm emphasizing keeping my lats engaged, armpits down and protected, and making sure that I'm sending my hips back to load the hip and hamstring, not bending the knees and squatting, all right? Touching the ground is not absolutely necessary, depending on the size of your object. All we wanna do is go down as far as we can to feel a good load of that posterior chain, and then to make sure we're keeping posture, we're not reaching and rounding to gain more space. If you guys are using a dumbbell, that dumbbell would be held like this. Now I'm gonna be traveling in the same fashion. Step, hinge, stand, step, hinge, stand for that death march. Now, if you have a small space, meaning that you can't travel back and forth and you're limited to one spot, what you can do is alternate a staggered stance, all right? So I'm gonna be staggering my stance. I'm gonna be in one spot here. I'm gonna perform the deadlift in the same fashion. 1, opposite comes in front. 2, opposite leg in front. 3, opposite leg in front, and so on, right? After you finish the 60 seconds of the death march, we're gonna be doing a 30-second split squat pulse. So the pulse will build on that static hold we did last week. So I'm gonna elevate that back foot, shoelaces down, and then from there, I'm gonna establish my 90-degree position. So I'm gonna come down, back leg travels down and back. I'm gonna establish parallel with the front leg. Now I'm moving 1 to 2 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. All right, so I'm making sure that my front foot is planted here, that my torso is upright or close to upright. Right here is good. This is tough. So if elevation makes this to where you're not gonna be able to hold or move in that pulse fashion for 30 seconds, then don't worry about elevation. We'll take and establish the same position without the back foot elevated and slowly pulsing for that 30-second time frame. So I'll do 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other, and then we'll take our break of 90 seconds, return back to the death walks. All right, let's take a look at today's workout. So we have an interval-based piece. This is 3 minutes on, 1 minute off for 4 cycles. Your goal is to be smooth while you're moving, but to be attacking transitions. That the rep scheme is small. I mean, you're not doing a lot of reps each time. You're gonna focus on the quality, right, of each individual repetition, right, moving smoothly, all right, moving with intent. But then when it's time to switch to the next movement, I want you to get there quickly. Attack those transitions every single time, all right? So let's take a look at our movements. Okay? You're gonna be doing an AMRAP in that 3-minute time frame. You're always gonna pick up where you left off. So we have 4 single leg push-ups. All we're trying to do is to keep the movements that we're having to focus on with the at-home program. We're trying to keep them fresh, right? So the single leg push-up is just like a normal push-up, but you're gonna be lifting one leg off the floor, okay? So if I'm doing my set of 4 single leg push-ups, it's gonna be the leg lifted up, push up 1, opposite leg up, opposite leg up, opposite leg up, for my 4 repetitions. All the normal components of a good push-up still exist, all right? Now, to scale this, we can do elevation or we can do from the knees. I still want you guys to work single leg push-ups though, all right? So if I'm working on elevation, I'm gonna bring the chair in or something similar, a box, a bench, your couch. Now from here, I'm gonna be doing single leg push-up. So this leg comes up and push up. This leg comes up, push up. If I do this from the knees, I can still do a single leg component. So if I'm from the knees, position here, now I can lift one leg up and push up. Lift one leg up and push up, all right? Now, if any of the single leg components aren't happening, just stick to regular push-ups here. That's no big deal, cool? Next movement, we have 6 shoulder to shoulder style lunges, all right? So the 6 shoulder to shoulder style lunges, you're gonna be loading a dumbbell or a kettlebell up onto the shoulder here, okay? So the way that you hold it is up to you, all right? You can kind of find what's comfortable based on the object that you have, how big that object is, and so on. But essentially, as we step back into the lunge, we'll have that loaded onto the shoulder of the leg that's stepping back. Now, as I stand up, I'm gonna switch it to the opposite shoulder. 1, switch it to the opposite shoulder. 2, switch it to the opposite shoulder. 3. So note here, I have no intention of pressing into a lockout, okay? I'm not pressing way up tall. All I'm doing is making this small rainbow right above my head, okay? So I'm stepping back and switch, and switch, and switch, all right? If the lunge range of motion is tough for you, right, from a loaded perspective, don't use any weight. So I'm still gonna be imagining holding that weight, so I still get the action from my torso, but from here, I'm gonna simply go shoulder to shoulder with no weight, just using my hands. Cool. Final movement is gonna be 8 bridge to toe taps. Love this movement. We did this in week 1, I believe, of quarantine program. So I'm gonna be in a bridge position. From here, I'm gonna be lifting up, driving my hips as high as I possibly can, and touching my toe at the highest point. So I'm lifting up my body with my right arm. I'm gonna touch left hand to right big toe. 1, opposite now. 2, opposite now. 3, opposite now. 4, here's what this is not. I'm not just tapping my toe or like barely lifting my hips. I'm trying to get as high as I possibly can and really touch that toe at the highest point. Touch that toe at the highest point, all right? Now what we can do here for scaling, if you can't reach the toe, still drive the hips up, but I want you to touch the knee instead. So I'm gonna drive, touch the knee, drive, touch the knee instead, cool? Now, if that position from the ground is not working for you, what we can do is I want you to go alternating toe touches from a standing position, all right? But you're gonna do 30 instead of the 8 bridge to toe taps. So I'm gonna be from a toe or a standing position, I'm tapping the opposite toe, but I'm doing 30 repetitions there instead. Cool. If you guys have questions on today's workout, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off, and then picking up where you left off, focusing on attacking transitions, but being smooth and purposeful during your movement. Hope you guys have a good day. Enjoy. See ya.